Welcome to Dreamtale Sleep Stories. Tonight's reading is The Secret of Magnetic Force. Settle into your bed or sofa and let your shoulders, jaw, and eyelids grow heavy. Inhale slowly, 1, 2, 3, and sigh the air away, allowing the day to fade into quiet dark. With every soft inhale, you invite fresh English phrases. With every gentle exhale, stray thoughts drift farther off. Behind my voice flows a gentle melody, renowned for guiding the mind toward deep relaxation. Keep your eyes closed or follow the captions, whichever feels right. Simply receive the rhythm and resonance of the language. Deep in rest, tonight's phrases will take root like seeds, ready to bloom into stronger English skills with the morning light. When you feel settled, hold that unhurried breath and allow yourself to drift into the tale. The secret of magnetic force begins now. And when the story's final line has faded, the music will linger a little longer, carrying you gently deeper into sleep. The Secret of Magnetic Force. Max was a small red magnet who lived on Mrs. Johnson's refrigerator. He was round and shiny, with a happy smile painted on his face. Every day, Max held shopping lists and family photos on the refrigerator door. But Max had a big question that he thought about every day. How do I stick to this refrigerator? He wondered. What is this power inside me? Max could feel something special inside him, but he couldn't see it. It was like an invisible hand that reached out and grabbed metal things. One morning, little Emma Johnson came into the kitchen for breakfast. She was 7 years old and loved asking questions about everything. "Mom, how do magnets work?" Emma asked, pointing at Max. Max was excited. Finally, someone was asking about his secret power. Mrs. Johnson smiled. "That's a great question, Emma. Magnets have something called magnetic force. It's invisible, but very real. It can pull metal things toward the magnet." Max felt proud. "So that's what I have inside me, magnetic force." Emma took Max off the refrigerator and held him in her small hands. "Can you show me how it works, Max?" she asked sweetly. Max couldn't talk to humans, but he wanted to show Emma his power. Emma held him near a metal spoon on the kitchen counter. Suddenly, the spoon jumped toward Max. It stuck to him with a small click sound. "Wow," Emma laughed with joy. "It's like magic." Max felt wonderful. His invisible force was working perfectly. But he still didn't understand exactly how his power worked. That afternoon, Emma brought her friend Jake over to play. Jake was 8 years old and loved science experiments. "Let me show you something cool about magnets," Jake said to Emma. He took another magnet from his backpack. It was blue and the same size as Max. "Hi there," Max thought when he saw the blue magnet. "I wonder what will happen." Jake slowly moved the blue magnet closer to Max. When they were about 2 inches apart, something amazing happened. Max felt a strong pull toward the blue magnet. The two magnets jumped together with a loud snap. "Whoa!" both children said at the same time. Max was stuck to the blue magnet, and he could feel their forces working together. My teacher says magnets have two ends called poles, Jake explained. One end is called the North Pole, and the other is the South Pole. Max looked at himself. He had never noticed before, but one side of him had an N mark, and the other side had an S mark. When different poles come close together, they attract each other, Jake continued. But when the same poles come close, they push each other away. Jake carefully turned the blue magnet around so that the same poles were facing each other. Max felt something completely different this time. Instead of being pulled toward the blue magnet, he felt pushed away from it. No matter how hard Jake tried to push them together, the magnets wouldn't touch. There was an invisible wall between them. Amazing, Max thought. So that's how my force works. I have two different poles, and they act differently with other magnets. Emma and Jake spent the rest of the afternoon playing with the magnets. They discovered that Max could pick up paper clips, bobby pins, and even small nails. But he couldn't pick up plastic toys, wooden blocks, or aluminum cans. I wonder why I can only attract some things and not others, Max thought. That evening, Emma's older brother Tom came home from high school. He was studying science and heard Emma talking about magnets. Hey Emma, want to see something really cool about magnets? Tom asked. He brought out a piece of white paper and some iron powder from his science kit. Watch this, Tom said as he placed Max under the paper. Then he carefully sprinkled the iron powder on top of the paper. Something magical happened. The tiny iron pieces moved and arranged themselves in beautiful curved lines around Max. The lines started from one end of Max, curved around him, and connected to his other end. Max was amazed. I can see my invisible force, he thought with excitement. Those lines show the magnetic field, Tom explained to Emma. The magnetic field is the invisible area around a magnet where its force can be felt. The lines are called magnetic field lines, and they show the direction of the magnetic force. Max looked at the beautiful pattern around him. So this is what I've been doing all along. I've been creating this invisible field that can reach out and touch metal things. Tom continued his explanation. Magnets can only attract things that have iron, nickel, or cobalt in them. That's why you couldn't pick up the plastic toys or wooden blocks, Max, Emma said, looking down at him. Max finally understood. So I'm special because I can only work with certain metals. The next day, Emma took Max to school for show and tell. Max was excited to meet more children and show them his magnetic powers. Mrs. Garcia, Emma's teacher, was very interested in Max too. Class, Emma is going to show us something very interesting about magnetism today, Mrs. Garcia announced. Emma stood up proudly and held Max in her hand. This is Max, my magnet friend, she began. He has invisible powers that can do amazing things. Emma demonstrated how Max could pick up paper clips from across the desk. The children gasped when the paper clips jumped through the air to stick to Max. How far can his power reach? Asked a boy named Carlos. Emma slowly moved Max away from a paperclip, watching carefully. When Max was about 3 inches away, the paperclip stopped moving toward him. The closer Max gets to metal objects, the stronger his magnetic field becomes, Mrs. Garcia explained. And the farther away he is, the weaker his power becomes. Max felt proud to be teaching so many children about magnetism. A girl named Sarah raised her hand. Mrs. Garcia, are there big magnets somewhere? Mrs. Garcia smiled. Actually, Sarah, we're standing on the biggest magnet of all right now. The children looked confused. What do you mean? Asked Emma. The Earth itself is a giant magnet, Mrs. Garcia explained excitedly. It has a magnetic field, just like Max, but much, much bigger. Max couldn't believe what he was hearing. The whole planet is like me? Earth's magnetic field protects us from harmful rays from space, the teacher continued, and it helps compass needles point north so people don't get lost when they travel. Max felt amazed and proud. He was part of something much bigger than he had ever imagined. That afternoon, after returning home from school, Max sat on the refrigerator, thinking about everything he had learned. He now understood that his invisible power was called magnetism. He had two poles, north and south, that could attract or repel other magnets. He created an invisible magnetic field around himself that could reach out and grab metal objects. And best of all, he was connected to the Earth itself, which was also a giant magnet. Just then, Emma walked into the kitchen and saw Max on the refrigerator. "Thank you for helping me learn so much about magnets today, Max," she said softly. "I never knew that such a small magnet could have such amazing powers." Max felt warm and happy inside. He had finally discovered the secret of his invisible force. But more than that, he had helped Emma and her classmates learn about the wonderful world of magnetism. From that day forward, Max felt different about his job on the refrigerator. He wasn't just holding up shopping lists and photos anymore. He was demonstrating one of nature's most amazing forces every single day. Every time he stuck to the metal refrigerator, he was showing the world how magnetic fields work. Every time he attracted a paper clip or a key, he was sharing the secrets of magnetism. And every night, as he held the family photos on the refrigerator door, he thought about how he was connected to the Earth's own magnetic field. Max realized that understanding his power had made him appreciate it even more. He was no longer just a simple magnet on a refrigerator. He was Max the Magnet, keeper of the secret of magnetic force. As Emma turned off the kitchen lights that night, Max looked up at the stars through the window. He knew that somewhere out there, the Earth's magnetic field was stretching far into space, protecting everyone on the planet. And he, little Max, was part of that amazing, invisible force. With a happy heart, Max settled in for the night, proud of his newfound understanding. The secret of magnetic force was no longer a mystery to him. It was his special gift to share with the world.